Literally witnessed two things. We witnessed Caitlin Clark once again cementing herself as the demon of the WNBA. Flashes of 2024 and Iowa last night, while literally trying to pull the entire team along on her back because of an awful head coach named Stephanie White.
There comes a breaking point in every major sports franchise, a moment when the patience of a loyal fan base completely disappears and the organization is forced to confront the reality of its own failures. For the Indiana Fever, that moment did not arrive when the final buzzer sounded after another devastating home loss. It came later inside the press conference room and along the sidelines, where fans believe they witnessed undeniable proof of a toxic double standard tearing the team apart. Across social media, frustration is boiling over as supporters demand sweeping changes throughout the organization, from ownership down to the coaching staff led by Stephanie White. Many fans feel that Caitlin Clark, viewed by supporters as one of the league's most important and culturally influential stars, is being unfairly criticized, marginalized, and disrespected despite carrying enormous expectations and attention for franchise and the WNBA itself.
Some reason. Now, essentially the same question about Kelsey Mitchell.
Start, I guess, with Kelsey Mitchell and what she did today was something else.
It's speechless, really. She was 0 for 7 in the first half and 4 points, and just put us on her back. Made big shot after big shot, big play after big play. She didn't settle. She stayed.
The post-game press conference quickly became the center of controversy for frustrated Indiana Fever fans after Caitlin Clark delivered an explosive fourth-quarter performance, knocking down 5 three-pointers and scoring 17 points in just 9 minutes to force overtime. Many expected head coach Stephanie White to publicly celebrate her superstar's effort. Clark's late-game takeover was viewed by supporters as a remarkable display of leadership resilience and elite shot-making that nearly rescued the team from collapse. However, when asked about Clark's performance, White instead shifted the focus toward the entire team, saying the group collectively showed resilience and needed to sustain that effort more consistently. To many fans, the response felt dismissive and unwilling to fully acknowledge Clark's individual brilliance. Critics argued that what could have been a defining moment of praise for franchise's biggest star instead became another example of perceived tension and unequal treatment within the organization. The frustration only intensified when later questions in the same press conference reportedly brought more direct praise for other players, further fueling accusations from fans that Clark's contributions are often minimized despite her enormous impact on the team and the league.
Something else.
It's speechless, really. She was 0 for 7 in the first half and 4 points, and just put us on her back. Made big shot after big shot, big play after big play. She didn't settle. She stayed aggressive, and she willed us.
Sorry, I guess.
Unbelievable. The different
fans criticizing the Indiana Fever point to what they see as a stark contrast in how head coach Stephanie White publicly discusses her players. Supporters noted that Kelsey Mitchell struggled badly early in the game, starting 0 for 7 from the field with only 4 first-half points. Yet White later praised her with passionate language, saying she was speechless and describing Mitchell as someone who put us on her back and willed the team forward with aggressive shot-making. To many fans, the difference in tone compared to White's more generalized comments about Caitlin Clark became impossible to ignore. Critics argued that Clark's explosive 17-point fourth quarter, which helped force overtime, was framed as a collective team effort, while Mitchell's recovery performance received highly personal and emotional praise. That perceived inconsistency has fueled accusations of favoritism, internal tension, and poor leadership within the organization. Fans and analysts discussing the situation online believe the issue extends beyond post-game comments, claiming that sideline interactions and body language during games have added even more fuel to concerns about chemistry, communication, and the overall culture surrounding the team.
Let's move on though, chat. CC takeover in full effect when the whole world was counting on her, and she delivered. Look at this right here.
Handoff Clark for the
Oh my gosh, she 22. Game time shot. And is Stephanie White celebrating? Is Stephanie White screaming, clapping her hands? No. And you're going to be like, Venom, don't worry. Stephanie White is locked in. All right, well, let's see when Kelsey Mitchell scores then. But anyways, there was nothing or nobody that could stop Caitlin Clark. So see, off ball with no...
Okay. What he's saying is Stephanie White act like nothing happened at all.
According to critics and online commentators, including creators such as Venom Reacts, sideline footage from the Indiana Fever game has become another major source of controversy surrounding head coach Stephanie White and her interactions with Caitlin Clark. Fans circulated side-by-side clips highlighting White's reaction during one of the game's biggest moments, when Clark hit a dramatic deep three-pointer to tie the game and force overtime under immense pressure. While the crowd erupted and social media exploded with excitement over the shot, critics claimed White appeared emotionless on the sideline, showing little visible celebration or reaction. Supporters defending White argued that some coaches remain calm and focused during critical moments rather than display emotion publicly. However, those criticizing the situation pointed to footage as further evidence of what they believe is a noticeable difference in energy, enthusiasm, and body language depending on which player is involved. The debate has intensified online, with fans closely analyzing every sideline interaction as concerns continue to grow about chemistry, leadership, and internal dynamics within the organization.
3. Now, Kelsey Mitchell.
Screens again as Kelsey dribble Mitchell with a nasty ankle breaker, I cannot lie, as Stephanie White applauds and screams in excitement. So Caitlin Clark hitting a game-tying shot to send it to overtime didn't warrant that response for Stephanie White. But Kelsey Mitchell, and the move was nice right here. Towards the, oh my God. Look at Stephanie White. Oh my God, look at the emotion from this coach right here. Holy, she's like, yeah, Kelsey, she almost...
Critics of the Indiana Fever believe another sideline moment further intensified concerns about head coach Stephanie White and her treatment of key players. During a strong scoring play by Kelsey Mitchell, White appeared visibly emotional on the sideline, celebrating aggressively with animated reactions, clapping, and excitement after Mitchell converted a crossover jumper. Fans comparing that reaction to White's much calmer response following Caitlin Clark's dramatic game-tying three-pointer argued that the contrast was impossible to ignore. Online debates quickly exploded, with some supporters claiming the coach shows noticeably more enthusiasm and public support for veteran players and for Clark, who remains the franchise's biggest star and one of the most recognizable athletes in women's basketball. The criticism has extended beyond coaching reactions and into the team's broader public image strategy. Some fans have accused the Fever social media accounts of underpromoting Clark despite her enormous popularity and marketing impact, arguing that recent content has focused more heavily on other players, including Mitchell. Supporters frustrated with the organization believe the team is failing to fully capitalize on Clark's star power while simultaneously struggling on the court. Those frustrations have only grown because White was hired largely for her defensive reputation. Yet critics point to defensive breakdowns and poor performances as evidence the team is not improving in the areas it was expected to. In the same game, opponents from the Washington Mystics reportedly posted major offensive performances, including career-high scoring nights from Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriofan, adding even more pressure on the coaching staff as fan frustration continues to escalate.
Kiki Iriofan, Citron, 30 points, career high. Kiki Iriofan, 25 points, career high. 10 of 14, 11 of 17. Congratulations, Stephanie White, the defensive guru to end all defensive gurus in the WNBA. You had 2 players go for career highs against you. Wow. Wow. And guys, we're going to get to Stephanie White and her statement from the press conference last night. Some statements she made.
Frustration surrounding the Indiana Fever and head coach Stephanie White has reached another level among critics who believe the team is failing on both ends of the floor despite massive expectations. Many fans point to the Fever allowing huge scoring performances and repeated defensive breakdowns, including back-to-back overtime games where opponents scored over 100 points and dominated inside the paint. Critics argue that White, who was hired largely for her reputation as a defensive-minded coach, has not fixed the team's core issues and instead relies too heavily on Caitlin Clark to rescue games late in the fourth quarter. Some supporters have even compared the current situation to the previous coaching era under Christie sides, arguing that despite flaws, the offense at least fully embraced Clark as the centerpiece of the franchise. The criticism intensified after the final possession of the game, when White reportedly designed a last shot for Kelsey Mitchell instead of Clark, who had just erupted offensively in crunch time. To angry fans online, that decision symbolized what they see as a larger pattern of favoritism and a refusal to fully build around the team's most marketable and influential player. Social media reactions have become increasingly extreme, with some fans calling for ownership intervention, leadership changes, and greater accountability from local media covering the team. Supporters argue that the Fever are at a critical turning point where coaching decisions, locker room chemistry, public messaging, and on-court performance are all being heavily scrutinized. Whether those frustrations reflect genuine internal problems or simply emotional reactions from a passionate fan base, the debate surrounding White, Clark, and the future direction of the franchise has become one of the biggest storylines in the WNBA.